In this video, I'm going to show us how to get our scenes set up in layout. Layout is the area where we're going to come in and basically put all four of our scenes so we can actually see them on a legal size piece of paper. Now, we've already selected our paper. It should have been the architectural D template. And the first thing that we're going to do when we get in here is actually we're going to delete a page that most of us don't even know about. So in here over on the right hand side, there's a thing that says pages. Right now mine's on my bottom. When I hit the arrow, it expands it. And I'm going to go to the cover page and I'm going to hit the minus. Now I just have this one page. So the next thing from there is I'm going to start bringing my scenes in. And one of the things that's important to know is clicking the arrows around the actual scene we sent to layout allows us to click and drag to resize. The one thing you'll notice though while we're doing this, if you haven't scaled it yet, it will make your drawing bigger and smaller. So it would probably help us to first of all set our scale. So how we do that is by right clicking, going down to our scale, and for the first three views it is going to be a 1/4 equals a foot scale or a 1:48 ratio. After I select that and I make or click and drag my arrows, it will not allow my model to resize in the actual space that we have provided. Now, making it fit around and then finally moving it up to where it kind of belongs and then dropping it. Now to make another one of these windows, I am going to simply copy and paste. You can do it many ways: a right click, copy, a edit, paste, and you'll see from the edit paste menu that those are actually Control C and Control V. Once you paste it, it will be right on top of our other picture. We'll click and drag that down, and it usually tries to snap. The green line shows that it's snapping to the top version that way. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to update my scene. We want to go to our elevation. So go to my scenes. We're going to go south elevation first. It doesn't really matter which one we do there. Once again, using the arrows to correct the size that we have, and then using the cursor that looks like the move tool to move it in place. If you had your dimensions on and you want to see them, you also want to make sure you go a little bit outside so you can see where you pulled your dimensions. Just make your window a little bit bigger. And then try to click it and line it up with the top. Next things, Control C, Control V, pasting on top, sliding straight down. And then with that slide straight down, we're going to update our scene by going to scenes, and then this one's going to be our north elevation. And this leaves us one more drawing to do after we resize our window so it sits in the middle. I think what happens is the last time you saved your scenes, no matter where it is in your SketchUp file, that's the way it looks when it pops in here. So if you ever wanted to update them so they're relatively the same, you could, but it's just an afterthought right now. I'm not worried about it because we always just resize this. So coming in here, after I get this resized, I have one more scene to do. Put this in the right spot. I'm just going to make my bottom go up just a little bit so it's similar to my last size, and then also right here. Now, lastly, we're going to do a Control C and a Control V one more time. That was put on to that one. If we come over here and we do a right click right away and change to our scene that we need, we're going to need the 3D view, the isometric view, and that's not going to be able to be seen. It's going to kind of overlap things if we make it the right size. So one of the things we want to do is we want to put it in the correct scale. And remember, our 3D view is going to be half of our last scale. So if that's 1/4 of an inch to a foot, this one's going to be 1/8 of an inch to a foot. To kind of make my window right, this should be big enough. I just got to right click it, got to scale it, and then this is our 1/8 inch equals a foot, or our 1:96 ratio. And now I can resize my windows. I made it a little bit too big. And after I resize my windows, I want to make sure that they're all kind of organized nicely and neatly. The cleaner it looks, the nicer it looks. And making sure it's in the right space. If you have things that need to be moved up and down, you can select them. If you want to select more than one, you can hold the Shift key down. And then you can move all three up or down at one time or to the side, space it out where it needs to be. Now, one thing we can do right here is we could do a file save just to make sure it's saved in our, or been updated in our H drive. It should have been there already. And if you did put it there, you can do a file save as. And then lastly, to get this ready to be shared or submitted on Schoology, we have to do a file, an export, and then PDF. Once you do this, we should get another pop-up that says, where do you want to go to? Make sure we put it in our H drive. Remember, that should be underneath your PC, underneath your desktop, and found on your desktop. Mine's a question mark right now, so I'm once again going to use my folder, H drive folder, and then hit save. I've already done this a few times, so when I hit export here, it's going to ask me if I want to resave. If you ever do this and you want to submit your resubmission, you want to hit overwrite. It's just making a copy over your last one and updating your file. It'll pop up in Internet Explorer, whatever this is called, Edge now, and from there we can close it out. Now you should be able to go to your H drive, and mine's underneath a pile of windows like usual, and then find our PDF. If you go to our date modified, it should be the top one, and this is the portion that you're going to submit in Schoology. Thank you for watching the video. I hope this helps. Click the subscribe. My 8th graders really want me to say that. They think they're funny. Like, I gotta like it too. Don't like it, click and subscribe. I messed up. I'm new at this. As you hear laughter, they're being really good and quiet. Thank you.